The president, all members of council, members of PAEB, staff of the secretariat, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all. My name is Godfrey Seziwa, and I'm going to be the of ceremonies. I welcome you to the release of the May 2023 examination results. The program is going to be brief, but I want to just take you through. We shall have welcome remarks from the CEO stroke secretary, and then we shall have a presentation of examination results from the chairperson PAEB, and then the chairperson will invite the president of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda to officially release the results and give his remarks. Then we shall have interface with the press, and thereafter we shall have closure, other interactions. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me welcome the secretary, the CEO of the ICPAU to come and give his welcome remarks. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Godfrey. The president of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, the members of council, the chairperson, PAEB, and your members, our dear press, members of the press, secretariat, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. My duty is to welcome you and probably also welcome myself, because no one welcomes me when I do the welcome. We are gathered again here to witness another examination results release. And I would like to appreciate the members of the press. Thank you for always coming to our events. Thank you for the increased exposure we see. And I'm glad that you are starting to appreciate the role of the accountancy profession in our economy. The way you expose the matters of accountancy is gaining traction, and we don't take that for granted. We wish to thank you for your work. I was informed that you're also wondering when we shall recognize you. Probably we shall look at an award for the best story in accountancy matters or finance-related matters along the way. We are gathered for the first time in the new syllabus, and the chair PAEB will be talking about it. But this is a new dawn for us at the accountancy profession in Uganda. Every 5 years we refresh our syllabus, and we are here to release the examination results that are coming out for the very first time in the refreshed syllabus. I want to reemphasize that as you promote, as you write about us, just know that every entity, your media house, your family, your farm enterprise, requires an accountant. And as a nation, if we are to develop, we need as many accountants as possible. Also, look out for those who call themselves accountants and they are not, and alert us. Because we want to make sure that we clean up and we're able to engage and help each entity to develop financial muscle. That way, collectively, as a country, we'll be able to develop our economy. With those words, or those few remarks, once again, welcome you to the release of the May 2023 examination results. And I hand over the mic back to our Director of Ceremonies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CEO. At this moment, allow me invite the chairperson, Payeb, to make the presentation of the examination's results.
The President, members of Council, members of Payeb, staff of members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My name is CPA Professor Laura Orobia Aseru. I'm sitting in for the Payeb chair. On behalf of the Public Accountants Examination Board, Payeb, and on my behalf, I wish to welcome you to the release of May 2023 examination results. Today, we are witnessing the first release of examination results for 3 courses under the new syllabuses, which will run for 5 years effective January 2023. The May 2023 examinations are the first set of examinations for this calendar. We shall have 3 examinations diets in May, August, and November. We are pleased to inform you that we conducted a computer-based examination with a final paper on CPA integration of knowledge. This is an important development in enhancing the quality of accountants being produced. The May 2023 examinations were conducted from Monday, 29th May to Friday, 2nd June 2023 at 7 examination centers. That is Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Kampala, Mbale, Mbarara, and Nkozi. Altogether, 6,655 candidates attempted the May 2023 examinations compared to 5,279 in December 2022, representing an increment of 14.9%. The board is happy to that we had more female this time around, representing 54.9% than the male counterpart, representing 45.1%. I'll just give a breakdown of this. For the ATD, 118 candidates sat this paper. Out of this, 68 were female and 51 were male. For CTA, 117 candidates sat this, and out of which 39 were female and 78 were male, showing that it was more male dominated. CPA, we had a total of 6,419 candidates that sat for this paper, for this course, out of which 55%, 55.3% were female and 44.7% were male. Overall, we note that the female can, out of the total that sat, more female sat compared to the male. The board, this is to inform, has changed the policy on recognizing top candidates. So for one to be declared a top candidate, one should have obtained at least 60%. We note that the pass mark in each subject is 50%. Allow me now present the breakdown according to the different courses. I'll start with Accounting Technicians Diploma Examination results. ATD, 119 candidates sat for the May 2023 examinations compared to 150 in December 2022. The performance in the individual subjects is as follows. First of all, I note that there are 12 papers for this course. In level 1, we had, allow me go by exception. In level 1, the highest pass is registered in business communication with a 92%. Principles of accounting had the lowest pass rate. For level 2, the highest pass rate is recorded in information and communication technology, and the lowest pass rate is recorded in principles of cost and management accounting with a 22.9%. For the last level, which is level 3, the highest pass rate is registered in principles of finance and the lowest in financial accounting with 16.7. The average pass rate was for the overall ATD, the average pass rate was 43.5% compared to 48.6% in December, showing a decline this time round. The 119 candidates that sat, 59.9% were female candidates and 41.9% were male. Despite having fewer female candidates, the female still performed better than the male. Of the papers passed, the pass rate for the females is recorded as the highest. In terms of age, 53% of the passes were scored by candidates in the age 18 to 24 years, followed by candidates in the age bracket of 24 to 25 years, represented by a 40%. I'd like to announce the ATD top candidates. The ATD top candidates are as follows. For paper 1, Principles of Accounting, Sandra Nasaka. Business Communication, Sandra Nasaka. Paper 3, Principles of Business and Communication Law, Veronica Akulu. Paper 4, Business Mathematics and Statistics, Solomon Mujuni. For paper 5, Principles of Cost and Management, Kakoza. Paper 7, that is Information and Communication Technology, Salim Kakoza. Paper 8, business management, that is Eve Nachibule. And paper 11, principles of finance, is Hassan Serunjoji. You note that the top positions, we have 4 female and 4 male. So it was 50-50. A balanced rate, okay? Considering those who have completed the ATD, only 6 have completed compared to 17 that completed in December 2022. Of the 6, we still have the same ratio, 3 ladies and 3 men. Cumulatively, the number of students that have completed the ATD course is now 1,831. The list will be provided. I now turn to the Certified Tax Advisor, CTA, examination results. 98 candidates sat for the May 2023 examinations compared to 75 in December 2022. Performance in the individual subjects are as follows. Paper 1, business, allow me also just pick out the highest pass rate and the lowest. Paper 1, level 1, we had the highest, we had 1 candidate sit for business law, and of course the candidate passed. Financial business accounting, 80% passed. Principles of taxation, 75% passed. Managerial economics, we had 2 candidates present who attempted this paper, and both scored above the pass rate. Okay. So 2, indirect income tax, the pass rate was 3.2%. The highest pass rate for the CTA course was registered in paper 7, that is customs, with as represented by 77.8%. In total, we have 176 candidates scoring above the pass rate of 50%. The average pass rate has improved slightly to 47% from 44.6% in December 2022. I wish to note that there were no candidates for tax practice paper 11, because of the change in the structure. Previously, we had 2 levels, but now we have 3 levels, with this particular paper being offered at the 3rd level. For one to attempt this subject, one must have completed level 1 and 2. In terms of gender, 35.2% were female and 64.8% were male. Of the papers passed, 36 were by female candidates and 64% were by the male counterparts. Allow me mention the top candidates per subject. Paper 1, business accounting, Mildred Kansime. Paper 3, principles of taxation, Mildred Kansime. Paper 4, Managerial Economics and Public Finance, James Guma Itima. Paper 7, Customs, Patrick Mpima. Paper 8, Income Tax, Didan Mutatinensi. Paper 9, Tax Compliance and Ethics, Robert Sesanga. Ladies and gentlemen, 33.3% of the top students are female, and 66.7% are male. Note that some subjects had no top students, simply because of evoking the policy on obtaining a minimum of 60% to qualify for recognition. Only one male candidate completed the CTA course in May sitting, compared to 10 in the December sitting. So cumulatively, the number of students who have completed the CTA course is now at 78. I'll now turn to the Certified Public Accountants of Uganda CPA examination results. There were 6,419 candidates who sat the May 2022 examinations. Okay. Looking at the performance of the individual subjects, allow me run through them very fast. Financial accounting, we had the pass rate is those scoring above the pass rate. For financial accounting, 699, representing 46%. Economics and entrepreneurship had 66 above the pass rate, representing 68.8%. Quantitative techniques had 738, representing 44.8%. Management and information systems had 116 candidates above the pass rate, representing 81.1%. Then for business and company law, had 224 candidates above the pass rate, representing 81.2%. Cost and management accounting had 187 out of 60, representing 40.7%. By the analysis of level 1 performance, that the best subject here is business and company law, with the pass rate, with people with a pass rate of 81.2, and financial accounting had the lowest pass rate of 46%. I move to level 2 papers. Level 2 papers had financial reporting, and financial reporting has 39.1%, scoring above the passback of 50. Financial management had 20.1%. Audit, ethics, and assurance had 8.6%. Management, decision, and control had 24.3%. Taxation had 42.3%. Those are the papers for level 2. When you analyze this, you'll see that the highest pass rate is registered in taxation paper and the lowest in audits and assurance. We move on to level 3. Level 3 had advanced financial reporting, those scoring above 50%, 6.6%. Public financial management, 7.9%. Strategy, governance and leadership, 55.8%. Advanced financial management, 12.55%. Audit practice and assurance, 23.1%. Advanced taxation, 17.4%. When you look through this, you'll see that the highest pass rate is registered in strategy, governance, and leadership. And then the poor performance is registered in advanced financial reporting. Level 4 has only one paper, that is integration of knowledge. Out of the 195 that sat this paper, 75 scored above the pass mark, representing 38.5%. So overall, for those who presented themselves for that CPA paper, the pass rate is 32.6% compared to 35.8% in December, meaning the pass rate registered a decline, a slight decline. Of those who sat for CPA papers, 56.2% were female and 33.8% were male. 43.8% were male. Of the passes registered, 58.1% were by the female candidates and 41.9% were by male candidates. The girl child is shining. In terms of age, 365 of the passes were scored by the age bracket 18 to 24 years. Yeah. And then 46.5% by the candidates in the age bracket 24 to 29 years. The age bracket of 25 to 29 years represents most of the candidates who enroll for CPA after completing their university degrees. The remaining 36.7% were by candidates above 29 years of age. Allow me list the top candidates per subject. For level 1, financial accounting, Gloria. Paper 2, economics and entrepreneurship, Rosemary Nagai. Paper 3, quantitative techniques, Patricia Nekesa Ruth. Paper 4, management and information system, Vanessa Munguleni Pina. Paper 5, business and company law, cost and management accounting, Nuliats Nansuvuga. For level 2 papers, financial reporting, that is paper 7, financial reporting, Laura Chomgisha. Paper 7, financial management, Hanifa Nalugo. Paper 9, Audit Ethics and Assurance, Aaron Atweta. Paper 10, Management Decision and Control, Cassius Nduhura. Paper 11, Taxation, Susan Chichoncho. For level 3 papers, paper 13, Public Financial Management, Jimmy Ekemu. Paper 14, Strategy, Governance and Leadership, Doreen Nisima. Paper 15, Advanced Financial Management, Moses Masanga. Paper 16, Audit Practice and Assurance, Peter Mutambuze. Paper 17, Advanced Taxation, Paul Tamale D. Sentongo. For level 4, Integration of Knowledge, paper 18. The best female student, Angela Akurut. Third top student, Doreen Alieto. Second top student, Angela Akurut. Top student, Ismail Semakula. 12 of the 20 top students were taken, I beg your pardon, 12 of the 20 top positions were taken by females and 8 were taken by male candidates. The girl child is shining. Not that there was no top student for advanced financial reporting in line with a policy of obtaining a minimum mark of 60% to qualify for recognition. We are happy to announce that 91 candidates completed the CPA course compared to 116 in December 2022 sitting. Of the 91 students, 39, representing 42.9%, were female, and 52, representing 57.1%, were male. Cumulatively, the number of students who have completed the CPA course now stands at 4,894. Observations of some factors affecting performance. The board noted with concern that the Institute organizes webinars on individual subjects, but very few students attend. For example, there was a webinar on quantitative techniques. Remember, 1,647 attempted this paper, but only 33 attended that webinar. Audit practice and assurance, 459 attempted this paper, but only 11 attended the webinar. The Institute goes its way to organize this, yet the students don't turn up for these preparations. We appeal to students to take these engagement webinars seriously in order to improve their performance. The board also noted that many students and tutors do not look at the learning outcomes, which spell out the competences required. This puts students at a disadvantage and contributes to the poor performance. The markers noted that many candidates do spotting or selective reading. This is a weakness that must be overcome. Students and tutors are reminded that examinations may be set from any section of the syllabus. In closing, PAYEP congratulates all the candidates who passed their various examination papers, the top candidates in the various subjects, and those who have completed their course. the board wishes to remind students to use all available resources at their disposal as they prepare for examinations. Special attention is drawn to the syllabus. Since examinations are set basing on the material provided explicitly and or implicitly in the syllabus, it goes without saying the student should appreciate the information therein so as to stand a higher chance of passing. The low pass rates in some subjects seem to have a link with the fact that students have not yet appreciated information in the revised syllabuses. Finally, the board sincerely thanks the examiners, moderators, markers, security personnel, invigilators, and the other service providers, and the Secretariat for their huge contribution to the success of PAEB examinations. It is now my humble honor and privilege to invite you, Mr. President, to release the May 2023 examination results. Mr. President, this is to hand over the ATD results for you to release.
By virtue of the powers bestowed upon me as the president of the institute, I declare the accounting technician diploma results of the May 2023 examinations there officially released. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, this is to hand over the CTA results to be released.
And we have to smile for the cameras. By virtue of the powers bestowed upon me as the president of the institute, I declare the certified tax advisors results of the May 2023 examinations there officially released. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, this is to hand over the results for the CPA examinations of May 2023 for release.
By virtue of the powers bestowed upon me as the president of the institute, I declare the certified public accountants examination results for the May 2023 diet officially released. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. And allow me invite the president once again to make a few remarks. Mr. President.
Thank you so much, CPA Sezibwa. I would like to stand on the protocol that has been very well established from the beginning of this examination results release session.
But we've been talking about council members, and I would really like to make sure that you, our colleagues and partners in this business, to know who they are, because some faces may be new. So let me take a few minutes to just do that. On my extreme right is Engineer Stephen Seronjoji. He represents the Minister of Finance on the council as a ministerial appointee. I think some of you may be seeing him for the first time. Yeah. So we have next to engineer is Madam Elizabeth Kateme. She is a representative from the Ministry of Education and Sports on the council. My colleague, CPS Stephen Ineget, is an elected member. And this is probably the last time you are seeing him in this results release. And I will tell you why shortly. So, of course, Professor is very well known. She's a member of the Public Accountants Examinations Board. But for record, she's Professor Laura Orobia Aseru. The man himself, the chairman Payeb, Geoffrey Biamugisha, CPA, he is also not coming back. Even if, however good he may be, but we are going together. CPA Ronald Mutumba is an elected member. And there are chances that you will see him because him is not term-tied. And of course, you've already known the secretary. So again, I'm CPA Constant, Mayende. This is on a light note. All factors remaining my name, which is constant, most likely, the last time I'm interacting with you in such an occasion, because my term expires this week. And indeed, all of us here, except the representatives of the minister and the other bodies that form council, the elected members are ending their term this week. But some of them are eligible for re-election. That's why I was saying you may still see some of them. But for the three of us, this man, myself, and Stephen Ineget, for sure you will not. But that aside, once again, this day is always very important for us in the calendar of ICPAU. When we get to release results, it means that we are releasing more potential members out there. And I'm calling them potential members because they are associate members, the ones that have passed. They still have another process to go through in order to become full members and earn themselves the title of CPA. So it is always an exciting day for us because as the accountancy profession in Uganda, we are gaining momentum, we are gaining critical mass. There will be no more reason why our positions should be occupied by somebody else who is not an accountant. This number is growing, and I can tell you there is no turning back. So again, as has already been highlighted, this is the first time we are releasing results under the new refreshed syllabus. I think we were with you here in December. Was it December or January? Early January. And we told you that in May, we are going to have our first sitting in the new syllabus. Of course, the new syllabus, again, is as a result of the new developments that we see in the profession. And we need to make sure that people who come out as accountants are very well abreast with what is happening in these new areas. The use of ICT is becoming more and more important. And as you've been told, one of our papers, Integration of Knowledge, this time was actually tested by use of ICT. There was no writing with a pen. The paper was attempted by typing, and not typing and printing. You type and upload. So it's an area that we are really looking forward to going, even for the other papers. The same use of ICT has enabled us and will continue to enable us release the results within a very, very short period of time. So today is 26th of May. Of June. But these exams took place in the last week of May and first week of June. Technically, you can even say it was in the first week of June, because marking only started in June. So strictly speaking, you were told the marking started on 8th, 9th, and today is 26th, we are releasing results. So it means there is a lot of automation that we are putting into these things. When we began some years back, over 20 years ago, this process would take about 2 months to have results released. So we are making significant strides there. I want to emphasize the fact that these examinations remain standard and they are comparable to any other professional accountancy body in the world. We are measured by the same yardsticks. The weighing scale is the same. Whether you are sitting your exams in the US, in the UK, Uganda, Kenya, they have the same footing. So what does that mean? It means the students need to prepare very well. There is no chance of passing when you are not prepared. And indeed, as you heard from the Public Accountants Examinations Board, the feedback we are continuing to get from the examiners is that some of the students do not prepare well for these exams. And once you don't prepare, I think even you know the results in advance. You may not know the exact mark, but you will know that you've not passed from the beginning. So we continue to encourage our students to prepare well. The pass rates that you've had is also very consistent with the preparation that students put in. As I said, we are moving forward in the right direction, and there is no stopping the accountancy profession. The momentum is very, 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 very high. And if you are to really think that you are going to stand in the way of the professional accountancy body, you need to be very, very, very well prepared, because the weight is too much. There is nobody who is going to be able to withstand this move. So we are going to continue to claim our space. We have the critical mass. So I would like to encourage our finalists who have now become associate members to go ahead and use this opportunity to register for full membership. Apply to the Institute for full membership. The requirements are known. You only need to have had practical experience training for 3 years. And I believe by the time you finish this exam, really you have actually had practice for those 3 years. So you get your paperwork together, apply to the Institute, and then you will get your full membership. And then you are able to participate fully. I need to upload the women. Professor Lord. Yes, the women are taking their position. Yeah, and we really need to applaud them. Yeah. The same thing with the young students. If you get an opportunity to study early, it's advisable because the numbers don't lie. As Professor was breaking for us these results, students up to the age of about 30 are the ones who are always in the best performing category. So once you have an opportunity to start these examinations early, use it, because by then you can still maneuver many things. But I think as you keep growing and then the responsibilities keep increasing, I also believe that the time that you have to spend in the preparation for these exams, also keeps reducing. So it is not something that we will advise that, delay the process, then start later, because by starting later, you may actually find that you are challenged for time in preparation. And if you don't prepare, like I said earlier, all you need to know is the mark that you will get. But whether you will pass or not, that answer is actually known in advance. So I would want to once again thank all of you. I specifically thank the council members for giving us good oversight at the institute. I specifically thank the Public Accountants Examinations Board, represented here by CPA Geoffrey and CPA Professor Laura. We thank you for the good work that you do in making sure this exercise is seamless. We have our stakeholders. We thank them so much. Those who give us venues, the other service providers, the management of the institute and the staff who are involved in this. And of course, you, the press, who are our partners. You have really done it for us. Even the times when we were in the lockdown, for you remained essential. We would always have you, and you've not really disappointed us. So I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Members of the press, thank you so much for the job you do to help us as the institute. So with those remarks, I would like to once again thank you so much. And I wish you the very best of the next items in the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President. You deserve a round of applause. At this moment, I would like to have our interaction with the press. We get a few questions from members of the press. I welcome you. If you have a question, you can pass it on. We can borrow the microphone from Mr. President, and then we'll pass it on. I don't know. Okay, Professor. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Aloysius Kasoma. I write with the New Vision. I have two questions. Recently, I was following up on this sector. Aloysius Kasoma, New Vision. Yeah, there was an event at Munyonyo recently, certified public accounts. And they raised an issue of having few accountants in a country, yet we are heading to the oil and gas boom sector. I'd like to get it from you. If in the 2 years away from here, the sector will have churned out quite a number of professionals that can close the gap that was highlighted. Then second, I would like to have a comparison of this year's performance And last year, yes, she mentioned about it, but generally, how has been the performance like in the last 5 years? Thank you.
Thank you, Aloysius.
Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin from Chimpro Ports and Kampala Scoop. I come all the way from Teso. I think my question would actually sound old school, but I just wanted, like, for the benefit of our readers, actually, what does one need to be a full CPA? Does it require someone to do all those three, like to perform well in all the three subjects that we have seen, like CPA, CTA, then ATD, or not? Thank you so much. And then also, we have seen actually decline in CTA, as we have seen from these examinations. Only one candidate did what? Performed well out of actually, as compared to 10 in the previous year. What do you think as the body? What do you think was the problem? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Benjamin. It is noted. Can we have another? Yes, there is Dale here.
You give somebody some work, the fellow produces a very good script, just reports the computer does everything for him, and he just submits. How will you manage that one if you are to have students sit exams using computer and I'm sure using internet? I not likely to face a similar problem like the one I'm facing now. And then the other issue is the performance. Did you do some kind of sensitization? Did you mobilize the candidates on the new syllabus, or they just found themselves sitting in the new syllabus without knowing? Because there was a noticeable decline. And according to Professor, one of the reasons for the decline was the new syllabus. Those are my two questions. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dale. I think we should first respond to these questions before we proceed.
Just call the precaution. Actually, even from here, when it goes back, it should go through the same process. Yeah, so thank you so much for those very good questions. Aloysius, you need to tell us a little more about this event in Munyonyo. Who exactly was in Munyonyo? You talked about a group of accountants who are in Munyonyo. What was the occasion? Then, as we prepare to answer the other questions, so. Yeah. That's right, accountant. Or the Institute of Internal Auditors. Oh, okay. So it's a general question. Okay. So we are going to divide these questions. Okay. Chairman. So I'm going to tackle the easy ones.
then I will give the chairman of PAEB to do the difficult ones. Now, let me answer the question of the Munyonyo event generally. That you have the number of accountants is still small. In my remarks, I mentioned that we are close to our critical mass now, because our records say that we've actually admitted over 4,000. So we've admitted, I'm being given information that we've actually graduated over 4,800. Those who have passed the CPA examinations. But remember, there are also other examinations, foreign accountancy qualifications that actually come in to join the group of accountants by admission as full members of ICPAU. So right now from the register, we've admitted over 4,100 members as what we call full members. Now, take it or leave it, a few could have passed on, a few could have moved out of the country. So we have about 3,500 accountants. Is that a very big number? Maybe not. Is it sufficient to deal with the major issues that we have to deal with as a country? Absolutely. But we are not sitting down and saying that we have arrived at our destination. That's why we continue to do examinations. That's why we continue to admit members as full members to the institute. Okay? So in 2 years' time, Aloysius, I'm pretty sure that the oil and gas sector you're talking about will be very, very, very well serviced. In fact, even now it is very well serviced. So we are not worried. And Benjamin, there is a simple one here for me. What does it take to be a full member of a full CPA, as you put it? Now, these are not subjects, what we've released here. These are courses. Accounting technicians diploma is actually a course. It's at a lower level. You know, people who work as accounts assistants, you've heard of those? Yes, that qualification is adequate for them to do that job. Now, the CTA, Certified Tax Advisor, is a specialized course related to tax advisory. And it's not only open for accountants, it's open for lawyers at the moment. And I think we have opened up or we are in the process of opening to other professions as well. So those are two different qualifications. Now, CPA, by passing these exams, you've not become a full CPA. You've become an associate member. Okay? Now, to become a full member, there are two requirements, basically. One, you need to have passed a qualifying examination, which is the one we've released just now. Then after that, the CPA qualification, that is. Then after that, you need to apply to the institute for full membership. We will ask you for 3 years practical experience training, which is documented. And I said that if you are working you said you work for Chimps. So the accountant at Chimps, who is a student and has completed his or her exam today, already has that experience. But all you needed to do was to document, okay, using an online system which the institute has provided. So when you have that, and you have some recommenders here and there, one is a member of the institute, one being another person, could be your employer, could be somebody who is knowledgeable about you, you actually qualify for admission as a full member, and then you are able to use the title CPA, either before or after your name. Okay? So it is not a very complicated thing. It's not like some sky, rocket science or something. Yeah, so I think I will now hand over to the chair, Payeb, to deal with some of these other issues. And I hereby sanitize.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And good afternoon to you all. Actually, the president thought he answered the easy ones, but I think he answered the hard ones. But let me just add something small on what the president said. We have, like he said, about 3,500 accountants available in the country. But I just wanted to say and to confirm, like what he said, we are not doing nothing or very badly. I just want to give context. Kenya, for example, has over 20,000 members of our accountants, registered accountants. ISPAC, yes. The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya started in 1972 and started examining in 1978. In Uganda, we started in 1992 and only started examining accountants in 1997. If you compare, you see, yes, we have some way to go, but as the president confirmed, we are firmly on that journey. And we will for sure not retreat. On the other note, I would like just to add, I think it's Benjamin who asked this question and the president answered it, that recently the Public Accountants Examinations Board passed what we call the accountants framework, qualification framework, the accountants qualification framework, which was approved by the National Council for Higher Education. So please take interest in that framework. It gives all the routes and the qualifications and qualification equivalents accountants take. But thank you, President, for that clarification that the three are not just subjects, but they are different courses. Coming back to the other questions, I think Aloysius asked two questions. The second question was about comparison of last year's performance compared to the last 5 years. It is good and important to make comparison, and members of the press, you note that every year actually we provide that comparison. This year, we also note that we were doing the new syllabus for the first time. So basically we will be comparing the new syllabus with the old syllabus. And for that purpose, the comparison, we didn't find it that would be most relevant. However, we do have the numbers, we do have the statistics, and please, Secretariat can provide those statistics. The next question, I think it was by Benjamin. He asked, why is it only one person who completed CTA? I think the president, touched to it that the CTA course is a specialized course it's a certified tax advisor for tax professionals. And it has been a course that is done by CPA members and lawyers. Going forward in the new syllabus that is being revised, and we will have other criteria for candidates to be admitted to that course. However, we had only 10 final students who sat for that course, and 1 completed. So it's not that is 1 cumulatively. I think cumulatively we have 78. It is still not a good number, and that is the reason why we are now reviewing that and opening up the course for many more Ugandans and all interested to come and take on that course. Then we had a question from Mr. Deo Habimana about the computer-based examinations and artificial intelligence, asking us how do we manage that our candidates are not producing internet-based answers. Mr. Deo Habimana and members of the press would like to assure you that ours is not an academic qualification. Ours is actually a technical qualification. Even if we give you those questions for even a week, you will not get those answers from where? From the internet. Because you are being given scenario-based situations, and for you to analyze, you apply your technical knowledge. Unless you are going to ask the internet to be the one to apply the technical knowledge by giving them case study-based questions. So our candidates are tested on how they integrate the entire course, the entire knowledge that they have studied in the CPA course through case studies, scenario-based case studies. And they are given time to analyze, but they use computer tools in answering those questions. You may find that in the process of answering the question, you require to use, for example, spreadsheets. And therefore, you use the tool of the spreadsheet, do your analysis, write your answer, upload your answer. You may find that you require to use PowerPoint, you may require to use Word. Of course, you can't avoid some of those because you have to write your answers. So it's you to determine which computer-based tool, which IT tool you find appropriate to help you apply the knowledge that you have in answering the question. And then you upload your answer. I do hope that addresses the question. So it is not possible for you to go to the internet and ask the question and think that you can get that answer. Actually, if that was to be the case, maybe we would have had the highest pass rates, but it is not the case. And finally, the question about sensitization in respect of the new syllabus. Members of the press, last time when you came here, we actually announced that there will be a new syllabus. We did not only announce to the press, we also announced to the students, the candidates. We also announced to other stakeholders. And this process of the new syllabus, it's a long process to get the syllabus approved. And among the things we do during the process is sensitization and allowing adequate time for the students to prepare adequately. And by the time we begin to examine the new syllabus, they have been aware. And the frequency with which we revise our syllabus is also known. The president did mention that we run a qualification that is at the international standard. Our syllabus is actually reviewed by the International Federation of Accountants because we are members of IFAC. Our syllabus is actually reviewed by the National Council for Higher Education. And all those processes, they test everything that is required to make sure that we are allowing our students, our candidates, adequate preparation and time before the new syllabus is effective. So there was adequate sensitization of the syllabus. Thank you very much. Those were the questions we received.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Online, yeah, I got some few questions from members online. I'll pick just two, either their supplements, comments, or one is from Yoram Owere. It says, what is the institute doing to deal with the masquerading accountants who are out there in the field competing with our professionals? I think that is the only question I have picked. The rest is coming from anonymous, and I couldn't pick them up. Now, before we get a response to that question, we are running out of time. We shall have another interaction shortly after here with the members of the press. That is an one-on-one. And as we are approaching closure, I would request that after this session, the members of the press shall interact with the president, the CEO, and the council for any other comments or questions that they feel they should ask. I request that we attend to this question and then officially close this session as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that very interesting question of masqueraders. Sometimes we use another term, quack. Yes. Let it be known to the whole world that practicing of accountancy in Uganda is a regulated activity. It's regulated by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. Number one, to be able to practice accountancy, you have to apply to the Institute Council for a certificate of practice. And the firm in which you are going to practice must also apply for a license. Now, if there are people who are practicing in courts out there without those qualifications and the necessary paperwork, and you know about them, please contact the institute. Let us know where they are, because as it is, we need to protect our space. And if that question is coming from an accountant, actually it is your duty to help, because the institute, you are part of the institute. If you are an accountant, the one who has asked that question, the institute is just not secretariat and council. So we need to combine our efforts and make sure that you hint to us where these people are practicing from, and then the rest you leave it to us. We'll take the necessary action. And as you know, we can work with the relevant government entities to cause arrests and also move towards prosecution because it is an illegality. Practicing of accountancy is left to practicing accountants, and practicing accountants are defined in the Act as those who have been issued with a certificate of practice. So there is no two ways about this. The council, the secretariat is very emphatic on this. Let's get to understand where these people are. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I once again want to thank you for attending this session, especially members of the press. After here, we shall have there is a question. Someone was asking about the release of the study materials. This is an online question. And I want to respond that we have started printing materials and they are expected early next month. So I think that question is answered. I want to thank every one of you here for attending this session. And on behalf of the Institute and on my behalf, I want to declare this session closed. We shall have a tea break and any other interaction after, especially with members of the press and the council. Thank you very much.
Okay.